Wonderful. Very good afternoon to you all. Welcome to the last session of today, at least in this facility. It's my pleasure to moderate the session this afternoon. My name is Roy van EIJSDEN. I work for WSP in London, and I'm the service line director there for advisory. I have an absolute, it's my absolute pleasure to introduce people here on my left. There's a fantastic panel. I do this in many places in the world, and I must say the lineup that we have here for you today is quite extraordinary, and I'm very much looking forward to our discussion this afternoon. So I'll introduce you to the panel members first, and then I'll give you a short overview of the Ukrainian market and some market outlook, just to guide the discussion in a certain direction. And then we'll have plenty of room for every panel member to comment and give their views on the market. So without further ado, I'll just introduce here. I'll start on this side of the panel. The first panel member is Mr. Wang Qinglang. He's the Managing Director for Costco here in the Ukraine. On his left-hand side, we have Mr. Rashid Buddha. He's the Managing Director for MSC in the Ukraine. Next to Rashid, we have Mr. Philip Swains. He's the President of HHLA International. Next to Philip, we have Irenia Villar-Carrillo, who is the Head of Procurement for Maersk. And then Anthony Versluis is the Head of Global Ports Group at Roland Berger, based in Malaysia. And then last but not least, Mr. Wolfgang Rutjen, who's a USPA board member and has many other former roles in the port industry. He's been around for a very long time. If we can switch to the presentation briefly. I won't bore you with a lot of slides. It's just going to be a few. I just wanted to highlight a little bit of the outlook of the Ukrainian market. I think if I use this, I can click through, if that works. Yeah? I must always show a disclaimer. I'm very sorry. We're a publicly listed company. I'll skip over it very quickly. If you're interested, I can send it to you. The Ukraine market is obviously on a bit of a rebound. And we've seen historically very strong growth, but we also see quite some dips. The way we look at the market at the moment is quite a stark growth increase. The panel members, you can also see it in front here on the left and on the right. You don't have to. It's too small. It goes up. It goes up. There are a number of developments though in the Ukraine that are of importance to this market forecast. So we have in Odessa various developments. I'm sure Philip will share some light on some of that. We have Chornomorsk, where various developments are going on that will have a massive effect on what will happen with the Ukrainian container market. And last but not least, we have in the port of Yuzhny, we have TIS also putting significant investments into play into upgrading their facility. Next to that, we have also some interesting market developments that we'd like to touch on briefly. It doesn't really matter which order we look at this. If we look at the left here, Chornomorsk, there's various interest from international parties to revive the container terminal in Chornomorsk. The process is ongoing, and hopefully in the near future we will see some developments there. There's also foreign interest in TIS. That's common knowledge, although slightly confidential. That's also something that shows the interest in the Ukrainian market. If foreign parties are interested to enter this market, it's a positive sign. Last but not least, and it's mostly because I'm working on this project myself, it's a project near to my heart, it's MTC in Yuzhny, where also there is a certain part dedicated to container volumes. This is the slide that I was working up to. It's the same forecast as before, but we see an upside in the Ukraine, and we're going to discuss now with the panel members how we can achieve this upside. So the pink area on top of the forecast line here. I do think that there is room for further growth in the Ukraine, and there's various market developments that can help us achieve that. And the panel will give you all the insights to achieve this. So I'm just going to pop over there and sit and ask these panel members some questions. Thank you very much.